Hey, Vibe Tribe. Stiggity, stiggity. It's been a minute. As in a minute, I mean as in like freaking neuron seconds. You know, neurons of seconds. Interpolated into things and stuff and such. What is that? It's perspective. Beautiful thing about life. Perspectives. Turning points in perspectives. Evolutions within perspectives. Things and stuff and such. That leaked. So that. Be sure to stay hydrated. Did you just say to stay hydrated? Stiggity, stiggity. I guess next question would be, like, your Drake or my Drake? And I'd be like, huh? Your Drake or my Drake? Got me thinking about the times of chilling in Degrassi, you know what I'm saying? No, I gotta say. Let us read our daily planetary energies. Mars in Sagittarius squares Saturn in Pisces today, allowing us to push through limits and boundaries that are holding us back. Watch out for arguments with authority figures, as we're not wanting to be subservient in giving us the chance to stand strong. Alright, well, first off, to stand strong, I would say that you must not have a subservient approach to life. That could be interpolated, however you see fit. Our confidence is stiggity stiggity, which will work in favor when confronting those that are in a power position over us. Now your time is over.
Now your time is over.
Alright, so, be steadfast, strong, resilient, and carry on. Stiggity, stiggity. You know, there's a lot that I can say to that. And I shall. Let's read the quote of the day. Without discipline, there is no life at all. Stiggity, stiggity. This would, like, play into my understanding Without discipline, there is no life at all. Within discipline, it's understanding that sometimes you must make sacrifice. Sometimes you must offer sacrifice. Everything in life is a sacrifice, anything and everything could be perceived as dangerous, through the perspective. In perspective, it's like within perspective. Like, what are you holding on to? What are you staying true to? Stickity. For some can be a complicated question. For those that like to complicate. Which is, stickity, because for those that like to complicate, there are also those that like to, or just have the natural ability to see out of the box, as it were, to be stickity. So I made a spin wheel today. You guys want to know what's on it? But of course. Karaoke, turning points, tarot, turning points, tarot, angel, oracle, devotional. OFS is overcoming familiar spirits, and gameplay. Stickity. So it seems as though gameplay and karaoke kinda
Man, they do have a lot of saturated fat. Why don't we try these? Is that what you want to hear? That doesn't sound like me. You ate all the muffins?
Stickity.
Give me the muffins.
Hold on, just to be clear.
Give me the muffins. Alright, we gonna get
Yeah, okay, I don't care. Those are my muffins.
I'm sorry. I can't understand.
We are going to get your muffins.
I was going to buy them. That's the last box and I didn't get one. Really? He needs some milk.
Let me try these.
Yeah, so I could throw up. Stick it.
Is that what you want to hear? That doesn't sound like me.
Alright, we're gonna shuffle the deck. As per the usual. Hey, you're Odyssey.
That does sound like me.
You know, you could get mad at the person who makes the rules, I guess, you know? I would expect children to get upset or be upset. I would imagine my children trying to be upset. Whenever you spoil your kids, you gotta let some time pass, and then, and I mean proverbially, you know, with the time, you know what I'm saying, the memories, the instances, you know, the sincere moments to highlight the insincere moments. And you know what I'm saying? I don't need to explain myself to you, because for me to explain myself to you would literally be futile. For you to explain yourself to me would be futile at this point. But you know what I'm saying? That's through perspective, you know? Any hoodles. It didn't land on tarot for me to rant. The Nine of Cups. And the Queen of Rods. The Queen of Rods as the clarifier for the Nine of Cups. That's a lot of reading, though. Burbadir.
Keep it moving, won't stop.
So cups represents things that fulfill you. Emotionally. More, within your emotional body.
won't stop. I can believe it. It's true. I can believe it. It's true. It's true. I can believe it. It's true. It's true.
And the upright stands for contentment, satisfaction, gratitude, wish come true. And they came in the upright. Reverse means inner happiness, materialism, dissatisfaction, indulgence. In the Nine of Cups, a man sits on a wooden bench. He's comfortable, but not too comfortable. You wouldn't want to sit on that wooden bench all day. His arms are crossed, and he has a smile on his face, expressing contentment and satisfaction. Behind him is a curved structure draped in blue material, with 9 golden cups arranged in an arch. The cups represent emotional fulfillment after you carry out your deepest desires. You know those moments when you glance around and you feel your heart overflowing with love and appreciation for everything you've created in your life? That's what the Nine of Cups is about. Emotional fulfillment, happiness, and contentment. When this card appears in a tarot reading, you're content in all spaces of your life. Relationship, work, lifestyle, well-being, and more. You're basking in the abundance of life and experiencing your emotions with such intensity and pleasure. This is why the Nine of Cups is often called the wish card. It comes as a sign that the planets are aligned you. The planets aligned, and you have everything that you wished for. You could not be happier. If you made your wish and are patiently waiting for it to come to fruition, this is when the card is an excellent omen. This card is an excellent omen that it'll soon be granted. In other words, in your mind where you may be patiently awaiting your wish to come to fruition, this card is an indication that your wish has come to fruition. It's within the realm of what could be perceived as patience, because it's like, oh, it hasn't come to fruition. Spiritually, it has. Now it's time for the physical and more mental part of the world to bring fruition to your emotional truths. Nine of Cups is an invitation to splurge, indulge, and enjoy life's pleasures. This includes enjoying good food and wine, appreciating the arts, making love, relaxing in a luxurious resort, or experiencing beauty. Live in the moment and give yourself permission to indulge temporarily without any guilty about the possible negatives or negative consequences of such pleasure. When you see the Nine of Cups in a reading, remember to count your blessings and express gratitude for what you have. Start or end every day by creating a mental list of 3 things for which you are most grateful. Over time, you'll intensify your sense of contentment and your ability to attract what you wish for. It is the law of attraction. If you're struggling to find the positive of life, then expressing gratitude will help you see that you have a lot to be glad about. The one thing to keep in mind with the Nine of Cups is that he's sitting on a wooden bench that is comfortable for only a limited period. Realize that contentment and fulfillment, too, are only temporary, as everything always is in a state of change. That's why it's so important to appreciate what you have now and cherish it, because it may disappear later. Or you may need to adjust and adapt. All right, let us read our spin wheel. Turning points. If you were living in certain parts of America, South or Midwest in March or early April of this year, you've most likely experienced this scenario, maybe more than once. You retired to bed at the end of the day looking forward to a night of rest. Something in the early morning hours, your phone charging on a bedside table, roused you with a screeching beep from the National Weather Service. A tornado alert. You knew that sound. You'd heard it before. You weren't expecting it. Suddenly, your rest was replaced by fear, confusion, insecurity, worry, and uncertainty. You didn't know the tornado's location or strength. And most importantly, you didn't know its path. But your instincts took over. You flipped on the TV, woke up your family, and prepared for what might be a rough night. You've survived tornadoes before. You knew the drill. You'd relied on your history of living in a tornado alley to see you through. In the years before and after 600 BC, a tornado was heading towards Jerusalem. It wasn't a weather-related storm, but a military tornado of such intensity that it had the potential to level the entire city. The storm was named Babylon, and its target was Jerusalem. Nebuchadnezzar's army besieged Judah and Jerusalem for a couple of decades in various stages. Many residents, including Daniel and his friends, were captured and carried off to Babylon in 605 BC. And the city was finally destroyed in 586 BC after the tornado named Babylon descended upon Jerusalem. The city looked like the pictures of towns today that are hit by funnel clouds. Not one stone was left upon another. The prophet Jeremiah had spent the entire ministry warning the Jews in Judah and Jerusalem about the coming storm. The people thought they had it easy. Spoiled they were, and had been. They thought they were living a life of rest as they ignored God and his ways. But there was rest. Their rest was false and empty. Jeremiah knew that if they did not turn back to God, their false rest would turn into calamity, as indeed it did. But there was hope. Jeremiah said they could replace their false sense of rest with true rest of every kind if they would heed God's words. Thus says the Lord, stand in the ways and see and ask for the old paths where the good way is and walk in it. Then you will find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk in it. Jeremiah 6:16 emphasis added, the question we need to ask is this: what were the old paths? What were the good way? That Jeremiah was calling Jerusalem back to. Even more importantly, what are the implications for finding rest today? In a world where storms rage all around us. Jeremiah knew that if they did not turn back to God, their false rest would turn to calamity. To understand Jeremiah's reminder about rest, we have to journey back centuries before his time to Exodus, where God told Moses, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. And the redeemed Hebrew slaves, the descendants of Jacob, Israel, were in desperate need of rest. They'd spent 400 years as slaves in Egypt and another 40 years in the wilderness of Sinai. On their way to the promised land of Canaan, God promised Moses that he would go with him and give them rest. And God renewed the covenant with the people on 2 stone tablets. Implicit in the promise of rest was the people's obligation to live faithfully in covenant with God. And just prior to Israel entering the land, they were warned that a failure to live in God's covenant would result in their land being uprooted. Would result in their being uprooted from their land. The promise that was fulfilled when Babylon struck Jerusalem like a storm centuries later. What are the implications for finding rest today in a world where storms rage all around us? As the nation stood poised on the banks of the Jordan River, ready to enter their land of rest, Joshua reminded them of God's promise.
It's not middle, as most of you probably know. I am the other lecturer in this subject, who I think pretty much everyone has met before, or you probably come to my office. So that's that. Now, who wants to write that out in terms of summation? So do we have any volunteers who want to come and do this?
So I read from a Turning Points. One more wheel spin for today's episode. Siggity, siggity. I'm going to pull some angel cards. I'm going to pull one angel card. Cooperation. The Angel of Wisdom suggests you use your skills and talents for the common good. Eliminate power struggles, conflict, and competition, which come from an ego's desire to win. Cooperation for the highest good promotes harmony and togetherness and draws the best from everyone. Make it your aim that everyone has a sense of satisfaction from work done. Then you become a spreader of goodwill and harmony. Your angel guidance is to bring people together and explore how you can mutually assist each other. Your attitude of sharing will ensure that you benefit in your turn. For the angels will bless your endeavors. Your affirmation is, I cooperate with everyone. Stiggity, stiggity. I am your favorite friendly friendtainer. Stiggity, stiggity motivator. With the vibes that are greater. Stiggity, stiggity. And I say, till next time.